With Palestinians living in the diaspora, a lot of Palestinians have never seen Palestine. They've never been there. But you'll meet a Palestinian abroad who's never been to Palestine, and you'll know they're Palestinian because of these stories that their parents and their grandparents and their family members who did get to experience Palestine have passed on. So like for me, growing up outside of Palestine, one of the reasons that I'm here now and do the work that I do is because I grew up with stories from my dad, who was born and raised in Palestine in one of the refugee camps. So he used to tell us stories of growing up in the camp and stories of resistance during the First Intifada and stories of what Palestine is like. And building on those stories, he would tell us stories that my grandmother would tell him, because my grandmother was born and raised in Daraban, which is a village outside of Jerusalem that my family was displaced from. So they went from this village to this refugee camp. And so through those two generations, I now have two generations of history about our family. And without them, I wouldn't know what it was like growing up in Palestine. I wouldn't know what the struggles were. I wouldn't know what it means to resist and why. So these older generations have really kept Palestine alive across the diaspora, so that people who have never had the privilege to visit the land still know what it means to be Palestinian and to know their land. I mean, even in the refugee camp, if you go to any of the children in the refugee camp and ask them, where are you from? They're not going to tell you, I'm from Haida refugee camp. They're going to tell you the village that their family was displaced from, even though they've never seen it, they've never been there, and they have no physical connection to it. And it's just been through this storytelling.